Hello, everyone. Tonight we are beginning a journey you'll never forget. Imagine this. You're walking through an international airport. The signs around you are in English. The announcements echo in English. A traveler turns to you, looking lost, and asks for help. Without hesitation, you answer, perfectly. Not a pause, not a stutter. You're calm, confident, and fluent. But that's not the world you live in yet. Right now, maybe English feels more like a locked door. You understand a few words. You hesitate before speaking. You feel like an outsider. Maybe you've tried classes, apps, memorizing vocabulary. Still, something's missing. Still a broken bar you wait for fluency to magically click. Well, tonight, we end that waiting. You're going to learn 7 hacks. Not tricks, not shortcuts. Hacks. Real strategies. Mental reprogramming. They are how people really learn English faster even with zero confidence, zero time, or zero talent. You probably don't know how important English is. It's not just about school or work. It's access to opportunity, to money, to power, to culture. Every hour of every day, people who speak English get better jobs, better education, better freedom. So before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really like what I do here. Also, tell me where you're listening from and what time it is there. I love seeing how far this community reaches. Now, turn off the lights, maybe turn on the fan for some soothing noise. And let's get started tonight. Close your eyes, breathe in. Let's begin your English transformation. First, imagine you're not an adult. You're not a student. You're not a worker. You're a child, a baby, even. You've never taken a class. You've never read a grammar book. Yet, somehow within just a few years you start speaking, fluently, naturally, without fear. So how do babies do it? And why do we adults struggle so much? Here's the truth. You've been taught English all wrong. You've been told to memorize, to repeat, to recite, to write tests, to follow rules. But no fluent child learns that way. And tonight, I want you to forget all of that. Just for now, let's begin with your mindset. From tonight forward, you are no longer a student of English. You are a speaker of English in training. Every moment, every sound, every thought in English brings you one step closer. Tonight, I want you to picture your dream self, the version of you who speaks English fluently. Where are you? Maybe you're giving a TED Talk, maybe you're traveling the world, maybe you're in a business meeting, negotiating with ease, or laughing with international friends, without needing subtitles. Now freeze that image in your mind. That's the destination. And this podcast, this is the plane taking you there. But listen. You don't need to work harder, you just need to work smarter. Fluency is not about hours, it's about direction, and most learners are running in circles. You won't be one of them. Starting tonight, you're going to focus on doing what works. That means rewiring how you hear English, how you respond to it, how you use it. Over the next few sections, I'll walk you through 7 hacks. They're not theoretical, they're proven. Each one is backed by brain science, language learning psychology, and most importantly real results. And don't worry if you've tried other methods before. You haven't tried this. Because this isn't about being perfect, it's about becoming natural. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're training your brain to survive in English, to react in English, to live in English. This is your time now. No more pressure, no more guilt, no more fear of judgment. In the next section, I'll tell you about one of the most misunderstood truths of language learning, that you don't learn language by studying it. You learn it by copying it, like a kid. But tonight, I want you to sleep with this thought. Your English journey isn't something you start someday. You're already on it. Even right now listening to Thesa, you're becoming fluent. So let's keep going, you and me, night after night, step by step, until you don't just understand English, you own it. Let's go deeper tonight. You're still with me, eyes closed, brain open, and heart ready. Good. Because now I'm going to teach you the single biggest shift in how you approach English. It sounds simple, but it changes everything. Stop studying. Start copying. Wait, what? Isn't copying cheating? Not in language learning. In fact, copying is how everyone learns their first language. It's how you learned Vietnamese, or Spanish, or Japanese, whatever your first language was. You heard words, you copied them, badly at first, then better, then perfectly. Nobody gave you a grammar test at age 2. Nobody made you memorize verb charts before you said your first sentence. You spoke because you copied, you understood because you mimicked. Let's bring that back. Tonight, you become a kid again, but smarter. You already know the adult brain is different from a child's, slower in some ways, but also smarter, more focused, more disciplined. You can use that. You can copy faster than any child if you copy with purpose. So here's the first hack: copy like a kid, but record like a pro. You find a video clip, a line of dialogue, a sentence, just one, something simple, natural, from a real show, or a podcast, or even TikTok. You repeat it, again, and again, until your mouth knows it without thinking. And this is key, you record yourself saying it. Why? Because recording is how you turn guessing into knowing. Let's say the sentence is, "I don't think that's a good idea." You listen, you copy, then you record yourself saying it. Now play your version next to the original. Listen closely. Where is your tone different? Where do you sound robotic? Where do you sound unsure? Then go again. Adjust, repeat, record, compare. Do this 5 minutes a day, and you'll sound like a native faster than most students do in 5 months. But what if I don't know what the words mean? That's okay. In fact, that's great, because language isn't just about words, it's about rhythm, tone, and instinct. Babies don't wait until they understand the word bottle before saying it. They just hear bottle enough times, with the same gesture, the same action, and they get it. The brain connects meaning with use, not with studying. So your job, don't ask what does this sentence mean? Ask when do they say this? What's happening in the moment? What feeling is this sentence carrying? Let your brain catch the meaning over time, because it will, and when it does, it sticks like glue. Let's go even deeper. Want to level up this hack? Add emotion. You see, native speakers don't talk in neutral tones. They're sarcastic, angry, joyful, sad, surprised. So when you copy a sentence, copy everything, not just the sounds. Copy the facial expression, the hand gestures, the pauses, the tone shift. If you're saying, "I told you not to go there," then sound like you told someone not to go there. Act it. Now, maybe that sounds silly, but acting is powerful. It activates more of your brain, and more brain means faster learning. That's why language schools are starting to teach acting techniques. But you don't need a class, you just need your mirror and your voice. Repeat, record, compare, adjust. Do it daily. Your fluency will sneak up on you faster than you expect. Let's zoom in on real life now. Say you love a show, maybe Stranger Things or Friends or a favorite YouTuber. Instead of just watching, pick one scene and go into kid mode. Transcribe the sentence, repeat it, then a broken bar, deliver it like you're in the scene. You're not studying anymore, you're becoming. That's what copying really is, not repetition, not parroting, becoming. You become the speaker, you feel what they feel, you speak as they speak, and suddenly a broken bar, you're not learning English, you're living it. This brings me to something deep. You don't speak English with your brain, you speak it with your mouth, with your body, your breath, your energy. That's why copying works. It bypasses the study part and gets to the speak part. So here's your assignment before the next episode. Pick a 10-second clip from any English video. Choose one sentence that feels natural. Play, repeat, record, compare, perform it. Use your face, your body, your tone. Do it again tomorrow. You're not learning English like a student anymore. You're stealing English like a spy. You're acting like an English speaker before you are one. And that's how it works. Confidence first, fluency second. In the next section, we'll talk about the power of your ears and how to train them to soak in English even when you're tired, busy, or not paying full attention. It's called passive input, and it's stronger than you think. But for tonight, let your brain process this new idea. You don't need to study your way to fluency. You can copy your way there, and you're already doing it. Now we enter one of the most overlooked superpowers in your language journey: your ears. Your ears are always listening, always working, even when you're asleep. They're collecting sound, tone, rhythm, and tonight, I want you to turn them into your most powerful English learning tool. You're going to turn your ears into sponges. This isn't just about listening more, it's about listening differently, like a detective, like a musician, like a future native speaker. So here's your next hack. Shadow like a pro. Shadowing isn't new. Interpreters use it, actors use it, intelligence agents use it, and now a broken bar you do too. Here's how it works. You listen to a native speaker say a sentence, then, just 1 second later you say the same sentence out loud, trying to match their speed, tone, and emotion. Not after, not memorized. Right as they speak. You're like an echo with attitude, a shadow with a voice. At first, it'll feel impossible. You'll stumble. You'll fall behind. You'll get words wrong. But keep going, because something magical happens after about 5 minutes. Your brain clicks into sync mode. Suddenly, you're not just copying words, you're copying flow, the pauses, the pitch, the musicality of English. Let me explain why this works. Language is music. English is full of up and down intonation, of stress and rhythm. Native speakers don't say every word clearly, they blend them, shrink them, swallow them. That's why classroom English sounds robotic. But real English, it dances, and shadowing forces your brain to stop thinking and start flowing. You don't have time to analyze. Your brain has to trust your ears, and that's the key to sounding natural. Let me give you an example. Say a native speaker says, "What you gonna do about it?" You won't hear that in a textbook, but it's real. "What are you going to do about it?" becomes "what you gonna do about it?" If you try to study that sentence, your brain gets confused. But if you shadow it over and over, your mouth learns it, your ear learns it. Soon, that messy blend becomes music to you. Here's how to start shadowing right now. Find a video with subtitles and natural, conversational English, a podcast, a movie scene, a YouTuber you love. Listen once without speaking, play again, and speak immediately after each sentence out loud. No pausing, just go. Keep going for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't worry about perfection, worry about rhythm. You're not aiming to understand every word, you're training your ear to match the beat. After a few days, you'll notice something incredible. You start speaking faster, your pronunciation improves even without knowing why. You begin to feel English, not just think it. This is how children learn. They don't understand the grammar, but they feel the rhythm. Now, if you really want to supercharge this, use earbuds or headphones. Make the sound intimate. Let the voice go straight into your brain. Do this during walks, while cleaning, even during exercise. You're not studying, you're soaking, like a sponge. Here's an advanced tip. Record yourself while shadowing, then play it back next to the original. It'll feel strange at first, maybe even embarrassing, but it's powerful. You'll hear your mistakes, you'll hear your progress, you'll hear yourself becoming fluent. Want to take it even further? Try shadowing different accents: American, British, Australian, Indian. Each version of English has its own music, and the more you expose yourself to, the more flexible your ears and your mouth become. But remember this, shadowing is not about speed, it's about sync. If you need to slow the video to 0.75x, do it. If you need to pause and practice one line 10 times, do it. Your goal isn't to speak fast, it's to speak naturally, and natural English comes from natural sound. Let me tell you something that will surprise you. Even if you don't understand the words, your brain is still learning. Scientists call this implicit learning. It means your brain absorbs the rules of a language just by being exposed to them without needing to explain them. That's why shadowing works even when your vocabulary is small. You're training your instinct, not your memory. So here's your assignment tonight. Pick one scene, one voice, one video, shadow it for 5 minutes. Just 5. Do it tomorrow, then the next day, then again. Soon, your tongue will stop dripping, your ears will recognize words faster, and your brain will stop translating, because you'll be thinking in English, not perfectly, but naturally. And that's the goal, isn't it? In the next section, I'll share with you a simple but powerful rule. The 3-minute speaking rule, a daily habit that will transform your speaking confidence faster than anything else. But for now, let your ears keep listening. Even in silence, they're working. Even now, Your English is growing. You've made it this far. That means something. Most people want to learn English but they don't show up. You're showing up. You're listening. You're thinking in English even if just a little. Now it's time to speak it. And this next hack, it might be the smallest change that makes the biggest difference. Let me introduce you to the 3-minute speaking rule. Here's the idea. Every single day, no matter what, you speak English out loud for 3 minutes straight. No grammar books, no looking at a script, no translating in your head, just talk. Even if it's broken, even if it's slow, even if it's nonsense, you speak for 3 minutes. That's it. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Why? Because when you speak every day, your brain does something amazing. It rewires. It moves English from the thinking part of your brain to the doing part. It stops being a task and starts being a habit. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't brush because you're ready. You brush because it's time. Same with English. You speak not because you feel confident. You speak to become confident. So let me walk you through how to make this part of your day. Step 1. Pick a moment, after breakfast, before bed, during your walk, in the shower, anytime, but the same time every day. That's how habits form. Step 2. Pick a topic. It can be anything. What you did today, what you're going to do, a dream you had, a plan for the weekend. The topic doesn't matter, the speaking does. Step 3. Press record. Yes. Record yourself. Don't worry, you're not sharing this with anyone. But when you press record, your brain gets serious. You speak more clearly. You focus more. And later, when you listen back, you'll hear your growth. Step 4. Don't stop. No pausing. No saying and quitting. If you forget a word, skip it. If you make a mistake, laugh and keep going. Your only job is to speak for 3 full minutes. Now, let's talk about fear. Most people don't speak because they're afraid. Afraid of sounding stupid. Afraid of getting stuck. Afraid of mistakes. But here's the truth. Nobody becomes fluent by being silent. Fluency lives on the other side of your mistakes. It's like learning to ride a bike. You fall a lot, but every fall teaches you balance. Speaking is the same. The first time you do this, you might only say 5 sentences. That's okay. The next day, you'll say more. The words will come faster. You'll need less time to think. And one day you won't even realize you'll be thinking in English before you speak it. That's the real goal. And here's something magical. After just 1 week of this practice, most learners report a huge shift in confidence. Not perfection, but flow. They stop freezing. They stop second-guessing. They start expressing. Why? Because the brain loves repetition. When you speak every day, English becomes part of your identity. Not a skill you're learning but a language you use. And if you're thinking, but I don't have time, ask yourself, do you really not have 3 minutes? 3 minutes is less than the time it takes to scroll TikTok, less than a coffee break, less than brushing your teeth twice. But the effect? Massive. Let's talk about what to say. Here are a few prompts to help you. Today I woke up and a broken bar. If I had $1 million, I would a broken bar. My favorite movie is a broken bar because a broken bar. The last time I felt proud was a broken bar. Tomorrow, I want to a broken bar. Pick one, set a timer, press record. Talk. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be. And yes, you will feel weird at first, but trust me. That weird feeling? That's the sound of growth. Want to level up? Try the mirror method. Stand in front of the mirror while doing your 3-minute speaking. Look yourself in the eyes. Speak like you mean it. Pretend you're on a stage, or in a job interview, or FaceTiming a friend in English. When you involve your body, your gestures, your expressions, you learn faster. Because language is not just words. It's movement, it's breath, it's presence. Now let me say this again. Clearly, if you do just this one habit 3 minutes a day, you will become more fluent. It's not theory, it's reality. Because it forces your brain to retrieve words, to build sentences, to own the language. You're not just listening anymore, you're creating. And that's when things get exciting. In the next section, we're going to turn your entire world into an English zone. Not just speaking for 3 minutes but living in English 24/7. We'll change your environment, your devices, even your dreams. It's full immersion without moving countries. But for tonight, promise me this. Tomorrow, you'll speak. Not perfectly, not nervously, just speak. 3 minutes, one voice. Yours. Let's take everything we've done so far: copying like a kid, shadowing like a spy, speaking out loud for 3 minutes, and now take it even further. Tonight, you stop living in tool languages. That's right. This next hack is called English in, native language out, and it's exactly what it sounds like. From today on, you stop treating English as a second language you use only when necessary. You start living in it, all day, everywhere, in small ways, in big ways, on purpose. This is how full immersion works without flying to London or New York. Let me show you how. Every time you look at your phone, a broken bar. Every time you listen to music, a broken bar. Every time you open YouTube or scroll through social media, a broken bar. That's a chance to feed your brain English. It's what I call language real estate. Right now, your digital life is probably in your native language, your phone system language, your apps, your Google search, your Netflix audio, and that means, every day, your brain gets pulled away from English, even when you're trying to learn. Let's change that. Step 1. Switch your phone to English. Yes, the whole thing. Settings, notifications, menus, apps. Why? Because your brain learns best through repetition in context. You already know what the buttons say, so when you see airplane mode or battery saver or search, your brain starts building deep connections without effort. Step 2. Follow English creators. Whatever you're into: makeup tutorials, gaming, fitness, comedy, tech reviews. Follow English-speaking creators on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. When your feed is in English, your brain stops treating it like study time and starts treating it like normal. And that's the key: English should feel normal. Step 3. Change your entertainment habits. Stop watching dubbed shows. Watch in English with English subtitles. Even if you don't catch every word, you'll start learning how real English flows. The jokes, the tone, the slang. Subtitles help connect sound and meaning, but only if they're in English. If you're already doing that, amazing. Now level up. Turn on audio only and listen while you clean, while you commute, while you cook. Let English be your background music. Step 4. Google in English. This one's small but powerful. Whatever you want to know, search it in English. Instead of inverted exclamation mark CHNA superscript ONUFY, type how to cook pho. Instead of diaresis am, type why is my cat sick? Why? Because Google will take you to English content, English answers, and you'll learn real phrases from real people. You're not just translating, you're learning how the world speaks. Step 5. Narrate your day in English. As you go about your life, talk to yourself in English, silently or out loud. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I forgot my keys. I need to finish this by noon. This simple habit rewires your inner voice. You stop waiting for the right moment to speak English because you're already doing it. Step 6. Write your to-do lists in English. Even this helps, because now your brain connects language with goals, with tasks, with your real life. You're turning English from a subject into a system. And finally, step 7. Dream in English. Okay. This one might sound strange, but it's real. Many learners report that when they surround themselves with English music, movies, reading, speaking, they start dreaming in English. Why? Because the brain doesn't shut off at night. It processes what it absorbed during the day. If you live your day in English, your brain continues the work while you sleep. So tonight, before bed, try this. Play a podcast in English, or a story, or a calm video. Set a timer to stop in 30 minutes. Close your eyes. Let the sounds guide you into sleep. You may not understand everything. That's okay. Your subconscious mind is doing the learning for you. Here's the big idea. You don't need more study hours. You need to replace time you're already using with English time. Every minute you spend on your phone, a broken bar. Every article you read, a broken bar. Every notification you check, a broken bar can be in English. It's not about adding more time. It's about swapping languages. So what happens if you really commit to this? Well, in just 2 to 3 weeks of living in English, learners often report faster thinking in English, stronger vocabulary recall, better listening comprehension, less fear when speaking, and a strange but powerful feeling. English starts to feel like home. You stop switching on your English brain, because it's always on. In the next section, we'll explore how to binge your way to fluency with a method that turns your favorite shows and videos into a personal language coach. But tonight, take your phone, go into settings, find the language option, switch it to English. It's not just a menu change, it's a mindset change. From now on, this is your language. Now that your world is wrapped in English, from your phone to your to-do list, it's time for something fun. Because let's be honest, a broken bar studying can feel like a chore. But watching Netflix, listening to YouTube, that's fun. And tonight, I'm going to show you how to use that fun on purpose. This hack is called Binge Wisely, Watch with a Purpose. Yes, you can binge your favorite shows and get fluent, but not by sitting back passively, not by watching with glazed eyes while multitasking. You need a method, a system, and it only takes 3 steps. Let's walk through it. Step 1. Watch for enjoyment, no pressure. That's right, your first watch is just for fun. No pausing, no rewinding, no notes. Just enjoy the story, laugh, cry, get curious. This first step tricks your brain into relaxing, and when your brain is relaxed, it learns better. Choose content you genuinely love: romantic comedies, cooking shows, drama series, animated movies. If you enjoy it, you'll remember it. Because emotion creates memory. Make sure you watch in English audio with English subtitles, not your native language. That's the rule now. But what if I don't understand everything? You don't need to. You're building context. You're hearing tone, rhythm, body language, story. Understanding grows with repetition. Step 2. Rewatch with focus. Same episode. Now we get serious. Watch the same episode or scene again. This time, pause after every 10–20 seconds. Ask yourself, what words do I hear clearly? What expressions are new? What do I think they mean from context? Now, reread the subtitle and compare. Were you right? Did you catch it? You're now engaging 3 senses: hearing, seeing, thinking. That's how comprehension skyrockets. Use this round to write down 5–10 useful phrases, not single words. Phrases. Why phrases? Because English is built on chunks, so not individual words, but combinations that always go together. Examples: what are you up to? That's not gonna happen. I'm just messing with you. You've gotta be kidding me. When you learn these as a unit, you sound natural. You speak faster. You avoid awkward grammar. Write them in a notebook or app like Anki. But don't try to memorize yet. Just see them, speak them, feel them. Step 3. Imitate and perform. You become the actor. Now for the most powerful part. Pick 30 seconds of that episode. Turn off the subtitles, and mimic every word, every breath, every gesture. You are the actor now, not just repeating words, performing them. Use your phone to record yourself. Compare your voice to theirs. How close are you? What needs adjustment? It may feel silly, but it's real training. Professional language learners, interpreters, diplomats, even CIA agents do this exact exercise to train fluency. Because fluency isn't just about knowing, it's about delivering. You're training rhythm, pronunciation, confidence, all in one. And here's the secret sauce: the more you repeat this process, the less you need subtitles. You start hearing words before you see them. You start predicting sentences. You stop translating. You understand. Let's recap the Binge Wisely method. Watch for fun, relax and enjoy. Rewatch with purpose, pause, write, observe, perform and mimic like an actor. This turns one 20-minute episode into a full English lesson. But instead of feeling drained, you feel energized. You're enjoying the story and you're building fluency. Here are some ideal shows to start with. Friends, a classic, clear dialogue, everyday situations. Modern Family, a fast but funny, with tons of real expressions. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, a police comedy with modern slang. The Office, US, a great for workplace vocabulary. Stranger Things 18 English, emotions, storytelling. Prefer YouTube? Try English-speaking vloggers, daily routines, travel videos, reaction channels, lifestyle or motivational creators. The key is connection. If you like the speaker, you'll learn faster. Why? Because your brain remembers people more than words. Want to go further? Make watching part of your daily ritual. 20 minutes a day. Same time, same show, same method. In 30 days, your listening skills will feel like they jumped. And guess what? You won't just understand better, you'll speak better because you'll remember how things are said. In the next section, we're going to talk about something most learners hate: grammar. But don't worry, I'm not giving you rules, I'm giving you a fix, a natural way to learn grammar without effort. But before that, pick your show, pick your scene, watch, rewatch, perform. This is your new classroom, your couch, your headphones, your screen. This is how modern fluency is built. Let's talk about the one thing that stops more learners than anything else. Not fear, not motivation, not even time. It's grammar. Yeah, you heard me. Grammar are those endless rules, exceptions, tenses, and charts. The past perfect progressive passive voice. What does that even mean? You've probably spent years memorizing grammar rules and still can't speak smoothly. Why? Because your brain hates grammar rules when they're taught like math. Your brain isn't wired to think this is the subject, this is the auxiliary verb. Is this countable or uncountable? That kind of thinking slows you down, it creates doubt, it kills fluency. But tonight, I'll show you a better way. This next hack is called, Your Brain Hates Grammar Rule. So here's the fix. The fix is this: learn grammar through patterns, not rules. Let me explain. When native speakers talk, they don't think about grammar, they think in phrases. They've seen the patterns 1,000 times, they've used them. That's why it's automatic. You say, I didn't go, they say, of course. That's past simple, negative form of go, using auxiliary did plus the base verb. Nope, they just know. They've heard and said it so many times that it feels right. And that's exactly what you need to do. Let your brain absorb grammar the way it absorbed your first language, by noticing, not memorizing. Here's how. Step 1. Notice patterns in context. Watch a show, listen to a podcast, read a story, pick a short dialogue or paragraph. Ask yourself, what structure do they keep using? You'll see patterns like, I've been to a broken bar. Did you ever a broken bar? I was just about to a broken bar. The more I try, the worse it gets.